What's good, my man? Welcome back to the shop Antics. I am back with another quick fabrication project. Today we're making metal gate slash door thing for the friend of mine. This is his old gate and he contacted me and asked me to build him a new one. So I have all my metal pre-cut already, so we are gonna jump straight into fabrication. It's quite big actually, so we're gonna have the big main frame and then we're gonna have two smaller frames as our doors, and we're gonna put some sheet metal over it. Pretty simple, right? Especially considering the size of my welding table. Yeah, it's gonna be quite a challenging project, I think. So the way I do the structures that doesn't fit on my table is like this. I do one corner at a time and then I have two L shapes. Then I level out my welding table and clamp the first L shape to it. Then I use just a piece of scrap to join two L's together. One here and one right there. And then I can use the bubble level here and here to make sure that it's like all in one level. Then I measure the diagonals, or however you say it, I don't know. And then I can weld this bad boy up. Even when it's all welded, the big structure like this still gonna have a little bit of play. So it's really important to take care of this play when you install it in place. I just usually use the bubble level to make sure that it's all in one slope. And just like that, I have the frame welded up. We have two sides for the doors and the one main frame. Important thing is to leave a gap here, there, and there. I have about 5mm gap everywhere. And it's just to allow some space for the lock here and for the door to close up properly. I'm gonna bring the first sheet of metal now and weld it to this frame. At this point it's getting pretty much impossible to move everything by myself, so I'm gonna have a helper coming today and helping me out with this door. So the both doors are now completely welded up. My helper is running late, obviously, so I'm gonna try to put those doors into the frame myself now. I've put those shims around the sides, just pieces of plate like this, because I wouldn't be seeing the other side of the door. I've put the shims on a side and on the bottom and on the top. Those shims will allow me to maintain a proper gap around the sides, and this way I will know that the gap is consistent. So as you can see, I've managed to put this big boy together. This is how it marries up in the middle pretty nicely. The way it works is like this. So on one side of the door, the sheet metal is not covering the frame all the way. It's pretty much like this. And on the other side of the door, the sheet metal is sticking out a little bit of the frame. And when you close the two together, you have a nice joint like this. Pretty sweet. Now I just simply weld on the hinges The trick with them is to leave a little bit of gap underneath them. The zip tie works perfectly, and what it does, it allows a little bit of gap so the hinge wouldn't be scratching the pane of the door. And just make sure you put it in the right orientation, otherwise your door is gonna fall off. I don't know if you can see, it's very dark outside right now, but at this point the doors are pretty much ready to be sent to be installed. We have a nice thick layer of anti-corrosion paint. The other side of them will be insulated with some foam and covered with some OSB sheets. But at this point my job is pretty much over. The friend of mine is going to install them and finish it up from the other side. Obviously he wants to save a little bit of money and he can do it by himself. So I hope he's going to provide us with some pictures of how it looks when it's installed.